Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. I'm the Toy Chic. Thank you for taking the time to click on this video. And if you are new, we do all kinds of pop culture goodness. Today we're going to be checking out some comic books. It's been a little bit of time since I've been able to give you guys some fresh content. I was away at work for the last couple of months. Whenever I have to go away for work, I always try to check out the local shops. Go to any cons if they're popping off while I'm there, and mainly just buy shit online because I am stuck in a room for days on end. So on this trip, it was a lot of really great hauls I was fortunate enough to come across, especially a lot of really great toys that I'm going to be uploading soon for you guys to check out. Today we're going to be checking out some comic books, well, pretty much all the comic books that I did get along this journey, and a lot of really cool covers I've never seen. I think you guys are going to really enjoy them, as well as a couple of Grail books I've wanted for a really long time that I did get in the mail. I had to wait till I get back to open all this stuff, so very, very excited to see it all and show it off to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. Stick around to the channel if you do like the toys and not the comic books, because I'll be putting that stuff up here very shortly. So let's get into it. Enjoy. Alright, so let's start it off with Beware the Creeper, issue number 1, the first in a 6-issue miniseries. This is going to be the Creeper's first solo series, as well as his second appearance. If you are looking for his first appearance, you would have found that in DC Showcase issue number 73, which actually dropped a month before this book came out. There is another book that came out in 1975, which is a special by DC as well, so if you're looking for some more Creeper content, you can find it there. But this is the first book in this mini-series. Classic artwork by Steve Ditko on the cover, Danny O'Neil story inside. This cover just pops. I love the colors on it. It's just something you don't get to see all the time. It is a little bit dirty like a lot of these covers coming up are, but they're going to get cleaned up and pressed and they're going to be looking really good. So love this book. Definitely one I never saw before and I had to jump on it, so yeah. And our next book is definitely a key issue that a lot of big X-Men collectors always go for. Uncanny X-Men issue number 131. This is going to be the first cover appearance of Emma Frost's White Queen. It's also the third appearance of Kitty Pryde and the second of Dazzler. Definitely a big iconic book. I always remember being behind the comic book counter when I was growing up. It's during the Dark Phoenix saga, and a lot of the covers during the Chris Claremont run really like freaked me out. I mean, her eyes just like pierced through my soul. I love White Queen, but man, this cover has always freaked me out. But for the price and whatnot, I couldn't pass it out. I know in this one, I think Jean Grey becomes Black Queen, which is also another character that I really do enjoy. So it was really cool to be able to get this book finally, although it still freaks me out. It does have a lot of spine ticks on it and whatnot, but it was a good pressing. Like I said, for the price, you just could pass it up. So it was a good one. Let's see what's next. Even as I stare at this thing now before I put the next book up, I don't know if that book's staying. It really freaks me out. Avengers issue number 47, baby, from 1967. Another key issue. This is going to be a first appearance of Dane Whitman, who becomes the Black Knight, which is actually in the next issue after this, issue number 48. I always remember this cover as well, especially a lot of the old Avengers run. They're really hard to find in general, but they have like such an iconic artwork and color presence that always has stuck in my head. This one with your classic Quicksilver and of course the awesome Scarlet Witch and Magneto. I never thought I'd actually have this cover, but for the price I definitely couldn't pass it up. So that was also another really cool old school Marvel one to bring home. So next up, switching it up from Marvel to DC, another really old book, Shazam number 8 from 1973. And this thing does have some wear on it. I love the old books with the wear though. I think it fits, it just gives it so much more character. This was a black cover. It's really hard to get this book in high grade anyway because of the black color. So you can see it's pretty faded. But like I said, for the price I got it, you couldn't pass it up. It's also DC 100-page spectacular legacy issue number 23. It's a reprint of the first appearance of Black Adam as well as the first appearance of Mr. Tawny. If you're looking for the original book of this, which is probably near impossible to find, it's going to be the Marvel Family number 1 from 1945. But it's really cool to have, even if it is a reprint, a first appearance of Black Adam. I don't have any Shazam books at all, and I always enjoy getting any of the old school DC books. Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman especially, I love. Any of those books, the artwork on them is just killer. Definitely a really classic time. So I was really excited to pick this book up and get it cleaned up and have something vintage to show off. Alright, this next one is definitely a doozy. Yo, check it out. Just Married, issue number 30 from 1963. Definitely one of the oldest books that I own. I just love this cover. I don't have any other issues of Just Married. I do like Charlton Comics. They're a really old publisher. I think they were around from like 1940s to like the 1980s. They did a lot of like crime and western, and this is like a military romance on this one. And but the cover is really what sold me. They did have a lot of other ones, but this is just this classic one. I mean, this guy's like apparently returning from his tour, sees this dude about to like snake his wife, and then she's like, I know I'm your wife, but you don't own me. Like, she's upset that he's calling her out. She was lonely. She was beautiful. She was young. Don't miss, I was a fool. Yeah, this guy, he was a fool. He came back and she's been rocking with this dude the whole time he's been gone. It's probably like his buddy, by the way. But yeah, this cover, there's a lot of really cool covers in the Just Married one, so I had to get this one to show off for sure. Yeah, just yeah, on that one. And this next book as well, something I've never seen before, Where Creatures Roam, issue number 8. Old school Marvel book from 1971. It's got legendary Jack Kirby artwork on it. I don't have very many books with his artwork, and he's definitely one of my favorites. And I never even knew there was like a monster book, old school by Marvel. I love the old, like eerie, the old monster horror books before, you know, comics became like bigger. Those covers are always really, really dope. This one is, like the Shazam book, a reprint issue. It does compile books that already came out years before. I believe it's Tales to Astonish and Journey into Mystery. Some of those earlier issues. It has like 3 stories from there. I haven't read this book. I just love the artwork on it. It definitely needs a good cleaning and whatnot. But I mean, anytime I can find like a really awesome classic looking monster or dinosaur cover, definitely going to pick them up for sure. So yeah, that was a good one. Alright, this next one is ridiculous as well. Just go ahead and take that one all the way in. Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue number 103. This bad boy is from 1970. Definitely one of the oldest Superman books that I have. But this book is just, the cover is fantastic. It's definitely worn. Like I said, I like that look on the older books. I think it fits his character. But look at Superman. He's hiding behind like the little thing. Shades of Satan. Lois has been turned into a demon. And look whom she's marrying. And then it's like, by the internal powers of Hades, I take you, Lois, as my wife. It's, look, she has fucking goat feet. Why are the people that are watching in the background and the pastor or whatnot, they're all in demon costumes? Why aren't they actual just demons? That's weird as hell. In any case, in this book, it is not actually Satan that's on the cover. It's an alien, and he takes her back to his world to try to marry Lois. That doesn't happen or whatnot. So clickbait on the freaking cover, but this cover is classic. It's definitely, when I saw it, I was like, I gotta have it. That's ridiculous. I love it. He looks heartbroken like the dude who was on the other cover. Wait, no, he's like more angry. He's more concerned. Okay, that's a fantastic cover. All right, our next book's gonna move us into the future to 1992 for the Eric Larson run of Spider-Man. Spider-Man issue number 21. It's the Revenge of the Sinister Six storyline. I loved any of the books with the Sinister Six in there. Then they had like Deadly Foes, Lethal Foes, a bunch of different teams. Whenever the bad guys got together in teams was really cool. And as well as Spider-Man always teamed up with people, especially Ghost Rider, which, if this is issue number 21, issue number 18 of Spider-Man is actually the first appearance of Cyborg X, Cyborg Spider-Man. You get to see a lot of Deathlock, Solo, Ghost Rider, a bunch of characters helping them out. And I actually really want the issue number 18. It's got a really cool Ghost Rider on it. I loved Ghost Rider during the 90s, how he drew him and his bike and stuff. He just looked so cool. So it was really cool to pick this book up finally. It's not very expensive. And all these prices on here aren't what I paid. I think I paid like $2 for this. So it was just really cool to finally like have this book. I mean, Deathlock just looks dope sitting next to him. So really, really cool. Next book, we're getting into the heat now, so let's go. Alright, these next couple of books are ones I did purchase online while I was away on my trip, and this is a book I've wanted for a real long time. It is a hard book to get, rather expensive most of the time. I did wind up fortunate enough to finally win one in an auction, and it's in fantastic shape, definitely a very high grade. Usually these close out around $100 or so, and I think I won that auction for 33 bucks. So I can't believe I was finally able to get this book and bring it home. Dawn #1, well, Cry for Dawn miniseries, issue #1, cover B, white trash virgin. And there's still quite a few Dawn covers that I do need to pick up. I love the artwork by Joseph Michael Lisner, one of my favorite artists, especially back during the 90s when he was doing Dawn. I always remember my mom never liked me getting the Dawn books or the Lady Death ones either, obviously, maybe because they're boobage. But I remember the Dawn books were always in like the adult section of the comic book. They kind of would be covered up by like the cardboard, kind of halfway up the book. I always remember them, but I always loved his artwork on them, and very excited to finally get this book. So yeah, let's ramp up the fire because the next one is sick. Alright, on to some Star Wars love, man. I've been trying to get my Star Wars keys that I've wanted for a long time, and this is definitely a book that I've always wanted. First cover appearance of Asajj Ventress, as well as the first cover appearance of Dirge that you see right there. Asajj Ventress is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. Star Wars Republic issue number 52 is that key book if you're looking to collect that. If you would like the first real appearance of Asajj, that is going to be Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu issue #1, which is going to be this cover right there. Absolutely terrible cover. I hate it so much. I don't own it. That's just the picture I'm showing you guys. But to me, this has always been the first real appearance of Ventress. It's also a book I've always wanted. I've seen it at the comic book shops, and it just never met price-wise to be able to pick it up. But it's from 2003, I believe. There's a lot of good books during that time that came out with some good Star Wars characters that could possibly be canon later on, but I needed this one. I'm trying to get all my favorite character key issues, at least key issues to me that I believe are their first appearances, and this has always been the Asajj one. So definitely really cool to grab this one finally. Really high grade as well on this one. It's I took it out and it looks really nice. So very excited to grab this one. But the next book, our last one, is the cream of the crop for me here. So let's see what that one is right now. Alright, our last book is a banger. Yeah, baby. Very excited to finally get this book. A Grail book I've wanted for a really long time. Actually, ever since it came out. Star Wars Darth Vader issue #3. The first appearance of Dr. Aphra, as well as 000 and BT-1, the droids that you do see on the cover there. This is going to be the first printing of this book. They did have a couple other printings. The background color changes per the other printings, either red or green. But you can tell the first printing's always by the blue. And this is a cover I always remember. When this book came out, I want to say like 2015-ish, when this Darth Vader series was going on. It was already a big book. It actually sold out in my comic book shop and I wasn't able to get it. So I've been hunting it ever since then. Whenever I go to cons and comic shows, it's always around like $130, $150, so I haven't been able to find it for a good price. This time I was fortunate enough to win it for a really good price, and it is a very high grade, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, I'm trying to get all my favorite Star Wars key issues, and if you guys don't know who Dr. Aphra is, then definitely learn about her. She's ripe for the picking from Disney. I don't understand why they haven't chosen to make a story yet. She's a power female, she's an anti-hero. She's basically Indiana Jones in the Star Wars universe. Criminal archaeologist stealing, you know, Jedi and Sith relics and artifacts. Just a really great character. So very excited to finally have this book. Only a couple more Star Wars keys I have left, but they are pretty big ones, so I hope to be able to show you guys those in the future. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. Hope you enjoyed the comics you saw. I know there were some weird oddball books, covers for sure, definitely ones I never seen. It was exciting to stumble upon them while I was on my trip. And shout out to Love Saves the Day down in New Hope, PA, if you guys are in the area. Good place, a lot of great little small quaint shops, great food. But this shop, they got a lot of great eclectic, weird, vintage items, from clothing to toys. I actually did wind up picking up some action figures from there. I'll show off in a later video. I did want to pick actually that Mego Spidey right there from there. So always love going to that store. My buddy that owns it, great place. Really fantastic area, so definitely go check it out. My favorite book from the haul, though, obviously is going to be the Dr. Aphra. Otherwise, it would have been the Ventress. Otherwise, it would have been the Dawn. And you know what? It just, like, any of the ones I bought were my favorites from the haul, which makes sense since they were either Grail books or books I've been searching for a really long time. And the other ones I'd never seen before. I just really enjoy the cover, so it was nice to bring home all these books to add to the collection. And if this was your first time watching the video, like I said, we do all kinds of pop culture stuff on here. Toys, comics, any of the IPs genres that you enjoy, definitely will probably find it on here. So thank you for tuning in for today's video. Got some toy goodness, like I said, coming for you guys real soon. Definitely make sure, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And guys, let's get the views up to 100 views per video. I really want to start giving back to you guys. I got a lot of giveaways that I do want to do. I already wanted to give stuff away, but not enough people watch the video, so I wouldn't even be able to send out the presents. So definitely make sure you keep tuning in. I got a lot of vintage toys. I got a lot of like fire comic books to start giving away to you guys. So as we get up to those numbers, can't wait to start giving back, show you guys my thanks. But thank you so much for tuning into this one. And until next time, my name is Toy Chic. Mad love, geek out. I'll see you guys on the next episode.